Hey guys, happy Wednesday afternoon. This is going to be a replay of a live show we just did earlier today. I hope you enjoy it. We dropped a ton of value and tactics in this live. So get a piece of paper, take notes, DM me. This is the live now, but I'm going to show you the recording in a second. There's some good stuff today. So if you want to unstuck your deals in your pipeline, watch this. This one is replayable once it's done streaming. And go kill it. Go make some sales. If you guys have questions, shoot me a DM. I usually try to answer questions live on these. And I know some people are able to pull people up on stage. It's kind of like the Clubhouse thing. I've actually not done that yet. I've just done questions via DM. So we'll have to give that a try maybe today or tomorrow. So, but you can start to book these in your calendar, guys, because we're doing this every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the rest of the month at 1 o'clock Eastern. So we want to just come at you live, bring in the latest and greatest real tips and strategies and things that we're seeing in the field in real time. And, I'm here to talk shop with you all and share some value, and hopefully it helps you guys be more successful in what you're doing in your business. So, Michael, good to see you. You will hear from me very shortly after this. Let's rock and roll. So, all right, here's the deal. We are talking about how to get stalled deals moving and create new leads in the next week. Who wouldn't want to get more of that, right? This theme this week is about pipeline management, tactics to get rid of the bottlenecks, tactics to get more leads into the funnel, like really everything that you can think of when it comes to how do you grow more sales in September. We're getting out of the summer months. People are back to school. People are back, if they took summer sabbaticals or whatever, it's time to hunker down because we're in the mid to late part of Q3 and we're about to get into Q4. And Q4 for most businesses and most industries is usually the busiest 3 months of the year before we get into Christmas time. So, and the holidays. So we gotta make the most of the next 10 to 12 weeks, guys. And that's where if you do it right now, you're gonna get some immediate sales here in the near future. But we're also going to talk about stuff that you need to be doing every day anyways, that's going to help you stack up your pipeline and have just a crazy Q1 to kick off 2024. So that's where we're at. This content is for small to mid-market businesses. It can work for corporate too. If you're a sales development person in your company, whether you're the owner or you're on a team, all this knowledge and information applies. But we're really talking about B2B services predominantly that you're selling into, the small and mid-sized market space. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. For the most part, if you have a service you're selling, this information is going to help you. So let's get into this topic, right? So this happens all the time. No one's bulletproof to this situation where you get deals stalled. It's part of sales, but it's a real problem, especially when we get into the end of the year and you've been banking on some sales forecasts for a while. You're either really good with this, but most people aren't. Most people have a false sense of security when it comes to their real deal pipeline. And I want to nip that in the bud today and really help you get rid of the waste, get rid of the stuff that's in your deal pipeline that's not real, or is real, but it just kind of is stuck. And we got to figure out how to move things forward, right? So I'm going to give you some, some random, I mean, not random, but they're various strategies that work when it comes to moving stuff through. I'm going to give you some stuff today for email. I'm going to give you some stuff today that you can do on your phone. You can do on a phone call, on a text, like DM. All of this works. I put a post out maybe 2 weeks ago or so of a script. If you didn't see that and you're new to following me and seeing the content I put out, shoot me a DM and I will send you the script that works really, really well for getting people to respond to you when you're in the middle of a deal to close. So, like if you've had a sales call, you're in the middle of your sales process, maybe you put a proposal together, maybe you had some conversations, and for whatever reason, it's the ghost game. They're not talking to you anymore, or it's been a week or 2 weeks or a month, and you thought you were a sure thing. You thought you had the deal locked up and you were like an inch away, maybe even got to the invoice piece and the contract, and it just freaking stopped. It happens, guys. And I would tell you, I think I've seen more this year than any year that happen across industries. I've seen sales pipeline, deal pipeline really get slowed down due to whether it's market uncertainty, whether it's supply chain changes for certain industries, whatever. There's just a little bit more hesitation and second guessing when it comes to getting the deal to move forward. And that's why we talk about this I'll talk about it every live because it's really important. That's why I talk about it. But when you guys are working your deal flow, in the early stages, you've got to get people content and collateral and information about your brand, about your offer, about the problems you solve and how you solve them, and case studies and credibility and anything you can get them to show them what it looks like to work with you. You got to get that in front of them as soon as you can, as early as you can, because people want to study you and consume you before they tell you what they feel and what's really going on. It's just the way things are now. Like that's how the world works. We talked about it yesterday. 93% of buyers will search you online. That's from Accenture. I had a bunch of stats yesterday, and I'm happy to send those to you too. But Sam, I see you. I will get that script to you. Appreciate you. But yeah, so I sometimes go off in tangents, but they're good, I promise. So I will send you the script, Sam. If anyone else wants it, it's free. There's no hook. It's literally a script. I'll send it to you. And seriously, like use it verbatim. Do not change it. Even the dots. I tell you that there's 5 dots in the script that you got to use. It's all psychology. But if you have any deals that are stuck, use this today. Email them. I would actually suggest you email them later in the day, somewhere between 3 to 5 p.m. business, like Eastern time for us is a sweet spot. But later in the day in business, get your follow-up emails out with this script and let me know what happens, because I've sent this to a lot of people and I get a lot of great feedback. I've used it myself and I don't know, honestly, I've used it. It's newer. I've used it like 5-6 times and I don't think I've not had someone respond to me. So it works, and that's what it's meant to do. But shoot me a DM if you want that script. I'll send it to you and use it today. Use it right away and let me know how it goes. But we've got to have strategic email follow-up, guys. We've got to have a play or two with text messages. We got to have a play or two with phone calls. We got to have a play or two with DMs here on LinkedIn. We got to have plays, guys, for when deals get stuck. And that's another part of this bigger conversation that we'll continue to have every day. when we do these lives, but there can't be guesswork and uncertainty with your own sales process and your own sales strategy. It's okay not to know the answers today for everything, but what I'm trying to continue to teach you guys to think about is break apart every piece of your sales process, how you do deals, and have strategy and plays that you can test and measure and analyze so that you can get your own feedback from your prospective buyers on what works and what doesn't work. The whole point of an effective sales process and business development, right, is obviously to get deals and make money. We all want that. Of course, we're in business. But as we continue to go down the road of time in your business, you need to continue to get more data to solidify what works for your business and what doesn't work for your business. Because if we're still guessing quarter after quarter, year after year, we're not really building this thing to scale. We're just kind of winging it, right? So we don't want to do that. We really want to know especially when it comes to this part of the process and you got deals on the line, don't you want to know what works and doesn't work and you've tested it and you play the odds? Because that's the thing is, when we talked about this yesterday, you got to take the emotion out of deals, especially right now. If you got deals stuck, it's easy to get emotional, especially when you thought they were like sure, done, locked up. And those are the ones that were going to give you the commission for the month, the revenue for the month, and they just freaking didn't get there. I get it. I know. Trust me. But we've got to remove the emotion from especially this part of our process and just get strategic. And, for a lack of a better suggestion, guys, we just got to take more freaking action when it comes to building our pipeline up. We can't rely on any one deal to get us across the finish line. We've got to have lots of options because stuff's going to happen. And the things you thought were going to go through don't go through at the time you want it to. It just is the way it is. So that being said, as I've laid out the context, I want to get into some real specific tactical things you can do today to try, and would love for you to tell me how it goes. So I just said one is the email script. DM me for that. I'll send you the exact script, the subject line, the body of the copy, everything. Just use it verbatim. Don't change it. And let me know how it works. So that's one, email for deal follow-up. Two, and I eat my own cooking, guys. I'm going to give you two things I did today, okay? This is no fluff. Like, this is real. I love this is part of my belief system when it comes to business, guys, is I hate the bullshit out there. I hate the fluff. Like, I just want to be real with you and tell you what works, what doesn't work. I'm a practitioner of my own stuff. I care about the growth of others and seeing them succeed. So you're getting the real every time you listen to me. But two things I did today, like legit this morning, okay? I had two deals that have been stalled off and on for like months. Like, part of me was, they've definitely moved to like the bottom of the percentage of closing, like not even counting them in the sales forecast anymore kind of deals. But if they came through, they would be huge. So you never want to totally give up on them. But you gotta keep adding to your pipeline. So there's two deals that I followed up with today, just to it was time. It was like a week or two since I last followed up, and let's just see if something changes, right? So I did something different today. Okay. I do this once in a while. You can't do it all the time, because if you just run the same play to the same person every single time, then it doesn't really work. Then they start to figure you out, and then it gets old, and then it doesn't work. See, it's like sports, right? You can't run the same play every single down in football, or the defense is going to figure you out. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to score. So same thing with this. We got to have a bunch of arrows in our quiver, so to speak, to fire, bullets to fire, that we can use at any point in time. So here's the next strategy. If you got deals that are stuck, can't get them to respond to you, can't get them to text you, whatever, but they keep stringing you along, that kind of thing. Send a calendar invite right now, like book a call tomorrow or Friday morning. Pick like tomorrow afternoon or Friday morning, put a 15-minute calendar invite on their freaking calendar, send them a calendar invite, and just I don't know how you guys like to subject line your invites, but something like your name, your business, engagement discussion or program discussion about their company, like, and use their company name. Send them a 15-minute invite, put it on their calendar right now, like today. Get that out. See what happens. There's only two options, right? They're either going to accept your invite or they're going to say no and delete you. Or they could respond to you, not accept it yet, and just reply. But guess what? It's going to go on their calendar. It's going to go in their inbox. They're going to see it. And they're going to know, oh, shoot, this guy wants to talk to me, or this gal, right? So try that. Try the calendar invite tactic. You're going to get a reaction 8 to 9 times out of 10 with that move. All right. So if you haven't used that before, try that. It's fun. It almost always at least creates an email response. And here's the thing. Here's what you want to know, right? What do you really want to know with these moves? You just want to know, is this deal for real, at all alive at all? Or are we in a pipe dream, thinking, and it's been dead for months and they just haven't told you yet? These kinds of moves are going to get you real answers. And, obviously, and ideally, you want to know why, right? I mean, that'd be great to know for feedback. And you can ask that, like, get the answer first. Either they're going to take your meeting or they're going to just tell you no, and then you're done. So whatever the case is, though, make sure that you get an ask for feedback. Like, hey, what's going on in your business? And just kind of, don't get frustrated. Don't get it, anxious or annoyed at any of that stuff. Like, I know we all think we're the most important people in the world when it comes to sales and closing deals, but guess what? We're not. We're not that important to our prospects. We're here to serve them, really, at the end of the day, and their life is busy too, just like yours. So stuff happens in personal life, stuff happens in business, things change. The best thing that we can do is, be pleasantly persistent, not annoying, be likable, be trustworthy, and really create a relationship through conversation that allows them to be real with you and be honest. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want, right? We want to work with real, honest, good people. So, if you can create that safe space in how you communicate with your prospective clients, they feel that. Many of them will respond in kind. Not everybody, but many of them will. So, end of the day, we just want to know, hey, what's going on in your business? Like, really, like, how's it going, really? And that's another thing to use in your language, by the way. Just add the really at the end. That's a great psychological phrase there to use to really get more information, more answers from your prospects. Like, hey, how's it? And if they can hear your voice, of course, and you can even try doing the voice clips too if you want. But when you talk with someone, obviously authenticity is real. You can't fake it, but just freaking care, right? Like, hey, how's it going? Like, really? Like, how's it going? And see what they say. You're gonna learn all sorts of stuff about things that pertain to you, that don't pertain to you. But it gives you tons of context to what's really going on in your prospect's life. And it's going to help you understand the real on, okay, can I work with this person? When can I work with this person? I understand what's going on over there. It might give you some new angles to try, because a lot of times your prospect doesn't see the angle that you do on your solution, even though that's what you're trying to do and you're selling them on how to see things differently. Like, a lot of times your prospects just don't see it eye to eye with you. So we got to really put ourselves in their shoes and see where they're coming from and meet them where they're at and figure out how to either help them move forward towards you if that's the real best move for them, or you can give them some other advice. And guess what? At the end of the day, if you give some advice that doesn't necessarily help you, they will appreciate that, and they will respect you more for it and trust you. And believe me, that goes a long way. And don't be surprised if they come back to you later with some business because of that move. So, um, one of my old mentors taught me a giving hand is always full. So just keep giving, right? It's going to come back to you. The world's it's karma, right? Don't give to get though. That's the don't miscue that for that. Don't give to get, but just be generous, right? So use that tactic, the calendar invite. Use the really how's it going really tactic in your conversation. That'd be great for a phone call. If you can get someone to pick up the phone when you call them as a follow up, and they pick up, um, use that. Hey, your prospect's name. I was thinking about you. How's it going? How's it going really? Like, what's going on? Just start the conversation. The deal. So one deal that I was talking about, referencing to, I sent them a calendar invite for tomorrow, and they accepted. 15 minutes. It's on the clock, and I know this person. Like if they're a C-suite executive in a big company, their time is very, very valuable, and they have no problem canceling or moving meetings on me because they've done it before. So for them to accept the invite and say we're good is a big deal. So try that. The other thing I did today when I was trying to get some follow up on a deal, and it's just funny to me how things work, because whatever prospects tell you, half the time it's total BS. It's not the real. And I'll explain what I mean in a second. So I texted this prospect today. And I said, I'm just scrolling through my DM message here. So I said, hey prospect, how's things? Like super informal. We talked about this last week on the DM, cold DM outreach live. When you do DMs, when you do text, it's got to be natural. It's got to be informal. It's got to be like you're just talking to your friend. So I said, hey, name, how's things? Question mark. They said, good, thank you. Hope you are well too. And this is again where the conversation could die, but I didn't let it. So I said, not too bad. And I said, that's good to hear for you. And then I said, open to reconnecting on biz stuff soon, question mark. And then they told me their typical objection on that when I asked for updates or whatever. They said, no, this other C-suite person in my business is running point on that. Talk to them. So they defer, right? This guy's the CEO and the owner of the company. I'm like, he calls the shots. Even though he defers, I know this guy calls the shots. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I said, he's a tough person to reach. We've talked for a total of 3 minutes, LOL. Well, in the last like 3 months. So I just wanted to be a little human for a second and be like, hey, I appreciate that. And I know that, but I just want you to know, like, this guy is really hard to get a hold of. And I want to talk to you guys because I care. So the next thing this person texts me is literally like 2 paragraphs of text. And he explains why it is that they haven't taken more action with their company. He gives me the answer. He gives me the hang up. Hey, here's why we haven't moved forward yet. And I'm like, here we freaking go. This is exactly what I wanted to know. Like, what's the real that he just told me? So, without getting too detailed into what he said, I just said, listen, I'm open to the conversation. Happy to talk numbers with you all and see if it makes sense or not for both of us. And here's a little psychology I use that helped this conversation go much longer. Because remember, people a lot of times feel like they're getting sold to and they're just in it for the deal. So there's things you can say or use to bring the humanity back to the deal because you're a person too, right? And it helps them see you differently. So I on purpose said looking for a partnership, and this would have to be one. If you want a vendor that you don't talk to or not able to build a relationship with, we're not a good fit. I drew the line in the sand for my own business, our own team, right? I said, hey, I'm looking for people that want to really partner up and want to spend some time together to build a business. I don't want, if you're just looking for a vendor you don't talk to get stuff done, that's not us. And I'm happy to walk away. And text me like three or four long paragraphs after that. And we just had this long conversation. Ended with sending me an NDA. We're having a real deal facilitating conversation right now in real time, today and tomorrow. And this deal is now live. We're back on the board. So, but it started with freaking, hey, how's things? All right. Hey, Sam, thanks so much. I'll hit you up and you'll get that in your inbox soon. Appreciate you tuning in today. So it's that simple, guys, right? It's that simple. And if you guys want, if you didn't catch what I went through right there, I'm happy to send you not the chain of text or whatever, but I can send you basically the template of the script that I used on the text message chain there that got a dead conversation to a full blown, like super long text conversation with a deal that's now live. So if you guys want that, just DM me and I'll send that to you too. I got all the goodies to share that are working for us over here. They'll work for you too. People are people, right? Sales is sales. So you want to connect with some people today, use some of these tactics, some of these strategies, and something's going to give. Something's going to give. Or try one today and try the next one like early next week. Like use a few of these with your deals and see what happens. May not work, but you got to try something different, because if you're stuck, usually it means that you missed something. You missed something in your value perception to them. You missed something that's going on in their business. You missed something that's really important to them in their decision criteria for considering you. And it's awkward to tell people that, right? Like if I'm the buyer, I don't want to like go out of my way to tell you like, hey, by the way, here's all the reasons why we didn't move forward with you yet. Like you're not going to get that. Right? So you have to be the one that can broker the conversation again and make them feel comfortable talking to you. So try these different tactics that we went through on this live and see if any of those work for you. And let me know. I'd love to hear from you on those. So that's a big chunk of the talk today. I did in the title say, hey, how to create new opportunities. So you do actually create, in a way, new opportunities with what we just talked about, because if they were dead deals or super stalled and these work for you, guess what? You got a new opportunity again. And I would really, especially if time's passed and it's been a while since you've talked to these folks, you almost have to kind of actually retreat it like a new lead again, because business has changed for them. Like things have happened in their life and their business in the last month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, that they're in a different place today. They've made decisions on things in their business to move forward and things they've tried that didn't work. So you got to have to kind of get the lay of the land again on what's going on. But that being said, on top of that, if you want to create new opportunities quickly and you need more leads in your pipeline, going back to what we've talked about the last few lives, it's what can you do to create brand awareness immediately to people that don't know who you are? You got to get more traffic. You get more traffic. Well, where do you show up? I mean, you can go online, you can do emails, you can do LinkedIn stuff, you can do this. I recommend doing this to a lot of my clients, guys. If you are using LinkedIn, which I highly suggest everybody on this live do to grow a business, doing stuff like this right now, doing lives, doing interactive experiences, gives your audience the opportunity to hear from you and gives them a chance to consume your content, get some value from it, get a sense of what it would be like to do something with you potentially. It warms people up. Sending downloadables, sending the action guides, just doing a how-to video, just all different ways to just put stuff out there so that your audience can consume it and get a feel for it and build some brand awareness and trust. So, and if you have the ability in your business to create an offer on the fly or reposition an old offer, do that too. Like, when's the last time you've broadcasted and promoted an offer for your business? Seriously, like, if I looked on your social media or your emails or anywhere, when's the last time you put out like a legit promotional offer for your business? If it's been more than a few weeks or a month or whatever, way too long. Way too long. Like, you should do this weekly in your business if you want to see some new lead flow. And maybe you feel like the offer is stale. Maybe you feel like you need to make a new one or refine it, whatever. Here's my thing on offer creation and promotion and stuff. And this is just, again, this is the real with me and Ascend and our experience and what works for us. But you got to feel it, right? You got to have an energy in you about your business, about your offer that's exciting for you. Because energy is real. And not to get woo, but like, energy is real. So like, when you put out an offer, you promote, and you got good vibes behind that, you feel good about it and you're excited, and you know that if someone takes you up on that and they say, I'm interested, I want to learn more, you're gonna get leads. But if you put out something with no energy behind it and you're like, I don't know, this is gonna suck, it's gonna be terrible, it's not that good, whatever, then it's not going to help you. So it's a little woo-woo. Seriously, like, you got to have some good energy behind the promotion you put out, because people can feel it. They can feel it in your words. Like, even when you put out copy and you describe what your offer is, there is some skill, obviously, to copywriting, of course, but don't put an offer today, tomorrow on social media, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on LinkedIn, on your email list. Go throw out an offer and be like, hey, you know, we're approaching the end of Q3, starting Q4, and here's an opportunity to do something with us that we think you'll be really good about. And just go out. Here's what you get. Here's the ROI for you. This is this. If you're in this situation or this situation, this is a really good position for you to jump on this. This is how it's going to help you. Like, just spell it out, right? And then have a call to action. Like, if you want to learn more, if you're interested, hit me up on in a direct message or shoot me an email, and be happy to talk to you further about it. Like, I'm a big fan of soft CTAs. You could have a link or whatever to go sign up. You could do that. You could have a link in the comments or a link in your email to go sign up for whatever it is you're promoting. That's fine. Do it. Like, try like a direct call to action link, but also have a call to action that's like a soft call to action and say, hey, if this sounds great, or if you want to learn more, just shoot me a reply and happy to answer your questions, or happy to shoot me a DM and happy to talk to you further about it if you want to learn more. But just give it like hey, you're digesting this too. I see that, and you don't have to buy anything or make a commitment yet. Just if you want to further discuss, let's talk. Give them a more palatable option there. So try those different CTAs in your offer and your promotion in the days. See what you get. Get your data. See what works for you. But if you want to get more opportunities now, you've got to promote. You've got to promote. That's the fastest way. I'm still learning things from Alex Hormozi, if you guys know who that is, or maybe not. I'm still learning about him, frankly, myself, but he's a good, big influencer out there. He wrote the book $100 Million Offer. He just came out with a new book, $100 Million Leads. I mean, there's something to learn from a guy that can do a promotion to a webinar that had like 70,000 people on a webinar. It's pretty impressive, right? So there's things to learn there. But the one thing I took away from all that content, which I'm still digging through, is he said, if you want something really simple to operate from, if you take nothing else away from any of this, if you double your leads, you're going to double or have a significant increase in your revenue. So let's double our leads, folks. How do you double your leads? You got to promote. You gotta get your name out there. People don't know who you are. You gotta share yourself out to more folks. Yeah, you can ask for referrals too. That's a tactic. If you like referrals, go ask for some referrals then. But whatever it is, you gotta go take action and go start new conversations today. One of the things that it's such a simple strategy, but it'll mean something different for you, than the next person. But if you want to think about it another way, if you just take the rest of the day today and tomorrow, whatever that is for you with work hours, maybe it's 4 hours, maybe it's 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. Every hour, make a commitment that you're going to make a power move or a strong move to get in front of somebody or to make to start a new conversation. Every hour, make a couple power plays and see what that does for you. Just take bold action, guys. It's going to return ROI. It may not be an immediate deal, but it's going to get momentum going, and that's what you need. You need momentum to get more opportunities. So take action today to build more momentum and start stacking those things on top of each other. It's going to lead to things that you want. So appreciate the time. We're going to get back here tomorrow for one more live for this week. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a DM. If you learned anything or if you took something away today that helped you, I'd love to hear from you too. And I appreciate your time and attention. Go get it. Have a good rest of your day.